Hey, Chris, I wanted to ask you about this whole question of advanced TV. There's a lot of issues around cross-screen measurement, the kind of the demands of the buy side, the hopes of the sell side.
Right.
Where does that stand, and what's Comscore doing?
Yeah, so I mean, from an advanced television standpoint, I think what's important to understand is it's really about trying to help the buy side and advertisers be able to be more effective in the result they get from their ad measurement. So it's very much about return on ad spend, and by being able to leverage advanced targeting in traditional linear and in cross-platform, that gives them the ability to be able to effectively target their best consumers and be able to understand who was exposed to those ads. And once we understand who's exposed to those ads, we have the ability to measure specifically what the return on media spend is. So it becomes very much a closed loop system where it is targeting those consumers through advanced television and cross-platform, being able to deliver them the ad message, and then ultimately measuring the result of the business impact for the advertiser.
Now, of course, historically it's been the set-top box, Rentrack, of course, a gigantic data source. What are the data sources for television, both linear and OTT, that you guys use?
Sure. So we have a number of data sources that we work with. So at the moment, we have about 30 million households, 70 million televisions that we've access to. We have a huge digital census-based panel that's used in conjunction with our panel information. And we're able to look at the overlap between those return path devices and the digital footprint to be able to understand duplication across media, which is really important because today that's one of the most critical components of it, is be able to understand who was exposed to the ad, both from a linear standpoint and from a digital standpoint. And the scale that Comscore provides gives us the ability to be able to understand that so that we can help advertisers be able to manage frequency and be able to properly calculate reach.
What about performance? I'm curious to know, sort of, not just around television, but other media. A lot of questions about performance attribution.
Yep.
There are a whole breed of new companies who are doing it, say they're doing it, older companies who say they're doing it. What is sort of your thought around delivering attribution to your customers?
So attribution is critical because I do believe that is one of the key metrics that people are going to start to look at as it relates to return on media spend. What I think is critical to understand is that attribution within a currency-grade product is critical because you want to be able to measure the true impact on a sample or a view of what the actual performance is in the marketplace as a whole. Right? You don't want to look at a subset of data. You want to be able to look at something that's projectable to the marketplace so that you can truly measure the impact that it has on the advertisers. Really what it comes down to is also being able to look at that ad exposure, understand the impact, and be able to use response-based models post-campaign to optimize future campaigns in the future.
So tell us what's next in terms of excitement for you guys from a product standpoint. Where can we expect to see innovation?
Yeah, so from an innovation standpoint, we're clearly going to continue to create and provide cross-platform services. A big part of our focus is on ad measurement as well as content measurement. Ad measurement from the standpoint of addressable, being able to look at OTT, being able to look at the linear campaigns, and be able to understand how all those work together to provide the results for our customers, number one. So that's a big part of our innovation, is around addressable and targeted advertising. The second thing is on the content measurement standpoint, where we're looking at the duplication of the digital and television to understand what people are watching in a platform-agnostic world on a holistic basis. What's key to understand today is being able to manage the touch points of consumers across all the platforms so that advertisers can understand what combination of those platforms is going to have the biggest impact.
And finally, Chris, in this, we hear a lot about the streaming wars, the introduction of a number of big SVOD and VOD services coming up, AVOD, I should say. Mm-hmm. Where do you guys play in that war? What are your opportunities, and where do you think measurement is, and how might that industry shake out, and how do you see the role of Comscore in that?
Yeah, so I think that all the SVOD and AVOD is part of the overall ecosystem. It's just another opportunity for, either on the ad-supported side, for advertisers to be able to communicate with consumers in that environment and a dynamically inserted environment, as well as being able to understand the total consumption of that content, number one. Number two, from Comscore's perspective, Comscore is a true census of video on demand. And we have been for many, many years. We've been the leader in that space, and it's something that we will continue to invest in and be a big part of.